Hello to my Libras. Libras, this is Queen Amon-Ra coming to you with your general reading. Let's get into it. You can find this cup on I'll tag it below in the description. Also, you can go to my Etsy store to get some of my Awakening Raw oil that we're going to use here for your reading. All right, so we're in the full moon phase. So happy full moon phase. The moon is officially a full moon or 100% illuminated on the 7th of October, right? So this reading is going to be for the 6th through the 13th, okay? So this is what's coming your way. What I'm seeing, what I'm picking up on, just laying your cards out, and I've already prayed over your cards, already prayed over any trafficking spirits, anybody who is trying to recruit you into doing something that you don't want to do, and then try to make you seem like you're crazy for not accepting this fortune, right? Like basically somebody is trying to be like, I had your back, I was looking out for you, but somebody didn't tell you what they were up to. And this is a person that you had their back, but they actually ended up stabbing you in the back for a fortune for them. So what you're dealing with is a spirit who wanted to make a fortune off of you, right? Off of, you not looking like what you've been through when you left the house. In other words, somebody's basically really attacking your mental health to make money, right? And their argument really is they had your back, and now they're being exposed for lying on you, because this is what they did. They lied on you, and it was them with someone else. It was two other people that was involved in this. Find out what your zodiac sign is in your 7th house. That's the energy that did it. Your rule 7th house. Find out what your zodiac sign is in your 7th house. That's who was used to go against you and attack your mental and your sexual health, right? Like I said, your rule 7th house. But they were being used as a pawn and did not know it. That doesn't really necessarily give them a free pass, but somebody wanted to make you look like the darkness to their light. So this is a humiliation. This is a humiliation initiation. Somebody wanted to initiate you into something by telling a dark side, exposing seemingly like your demons, but trying to hide theirs, and it backfired. Something backfired. So the 7th house speaks to relationships. The 7th house traditionally denotes marriage and partnerships, but also the idea of open enemies, quarrels, and disputes. So it is the house of contractual partnerships, but also litigation. And so a deeper look reveals the interesting links between these things, right? And so it'd be like your other half, right? You will rule that house. And so, but you're going to be ending a relationship with them. They wanted to be a star so bad that they would be willing to put your mental and physical health at risk by basically having people to believe that anything about you, asleep with anybody, you don't know who the father or mother is, or the father, can't be said the mother would be carrying, but you don't know who the father of your children are, and you got all these lovers, and you may have released, if all these energies that were carrying in your back, they were exposing all kinds of stuff, right? Basically somebody's like, if let's say you have one child, but maybe you had multiple pregnancies, maybe they're talking about who you had kids or who you were pregnant by. They just went ham on you, whoever this energy is. And these are energies that you had their back, but they turned around and stabbed you in the back, and they use the energy whatever your zodiac sign in your 7th house, that was the pen that they needed in order to make something stick. So in other words, let's say this is your child. Let's say it's your child, right? You don't look like what you've been through, right? Let's say it's your child, whether you're a man or a woman, right? So even if you're a man and somebody says you got multiple women pregnant, right? This would have been somebody using your child, because who are they the closest one to you? They live in the house with you, right? This would have been somebody saying whatever your child's zodiac sign is, but it is the zodiac sign for you in your 7th house. Somebody's saying, he had multiple women in the house. He got multiple kids all over the place. He got families here and there. And somebody would have been in the house who would have seen certain things, right? Even if it was a lie, people are going to believe what they want to believe, right? But somebody was trying to make a fortune off of you by not just dimming your star, ending it, right? Because of an impulsive spirit who is impulsive, aggressive, and also impatient, right? Somebody felt like they wanted to be your karma. This is what this is. Somebody felt like they wanted to be your karma, and so in them being your karma, they align themselves with any impulsive. But somebody did this in court, though. Like somebody did this in court. So justice is already in your favor, whoever it is, but somebody you had their back in court, they stabbed you in the back being impulsive. And so you don't look like what you've been through, whoever you are, right? You don't look like what you've gone through. Excuse me, their moon sign may be the same as your sun sign, whoever you are. You could be a high vibrating Libra. You could be a very fair-minded energy. You could be a charming, diplomatic, and being very fair-minded. But they are indecisive. They are, people pleaser, and also avoidant of a truth about themselves, right? And so whoever they're linking up with, they want to be a part of something so bad. They want to be the center of attention so bad because they don't want to address what they may have gone through in their past and get some kind of healing or therapy or do some kind of purging of something. Maybe it's abstinence they need to stay away. Maybe they need to cut some people off. They still linking up with energies, but who to throw under the bus? You. As your abundance and your prosperity is growing. So if you're a man or woman, obviously, whether you can get pregnant or not, it could be your child. It could be somebody who you were in business with. You were trying to grow your business. Who they throw up under the bus? You. Anything after you've been carrying people on your back. So you might have been feeling something in your back. You could have been feeling something in your joints, your knees, your skin, your hair. Something could have been causing your hair to fall out. Your joints could have been inflamed. All kinds of stuff. Back could have been hurting, all of that, because you've been carrying some people on your back for so long. They go right to court and stab you in the back because you're believing in the dream and you're leaving fear behind, but they are assuming you're leaving them behind. Okay, what they did to you is going to cause you to end it with them altogether. All of this impulsive, nervous energy. Somebody's like, "Oh my God, they moved to let's just make up a play. They moved to Spain. Oh, I've always wanted to live in Spain. Oh, okay, and they just left us behind. Okay, well, we got to find some kind of way. All this impulsive behavior. We got to find some kind of way to stay connected to them. Anybody got any dirt on them? This is horrible. Actually, this is absolutely horrible for somebody to do this. We got to find some kind of dirt on them legally so we can keep them chained to us to end their star. Not to dim your light, but to end your star. Your star, Aquarius rules 11th house. We're not talking about an Aquarius, but that's the house. They rule the house of friendship and alliances. Friendships and alliances. Right, in community, right? So if they believed in their dreams and they go into Spain, and you know how many stars are in Spain. I'm just using Spain for an example, right? Somebody could be, but I'm just using that for they go into Spain. Oh, we gotta get in front of this, and we gotta end all of that because somebody was impulsive. Somebody was impulsive in all of this and decided, okay, they want to do something in court. They weren't thinking long term, like, okay, well, hold on, let me get to the root of something. Now everybody got clarity. Now everybody got all of this clarity because they're going back in their mind. Oh my God, they really are a good person. They got all this clarity now, right? And so now people want to grow their abundance and their prosperity with you. That's all fine, well, and good. I'm not telling somebody to or not to do it. I'm not anybody's God. But this is a rebirth you. You are a rebirth. You've been reborn, right? So the person that they may have known in the past is not the person that you are today. They're not getting the same person that they would have gotten in the past. Maybe you did carry everybody's weight. Maybe paid people's bills, babysat, sitting riding in cars and all that. But your star is shining bright. You're not acting brand new. You've gone through a rebirth. So somebody's going to find something out in court, possibly, of how impulsive people were to keep themselves chained to you. That's what you're going to find out. Find out what the zodiac sign is in your 7th house, because that's the energy they used. That was the energy that they used to grow their abundance and prosperity. Something around what you did behind closed doors. And this energy did not even have the strength And I'm not trying to be funny. They didn't have the strength to even open up and say anything to you. They just went along with the program because something happened to them that they haven't processed. Somebody's trying to keep something still a secret that happened to them. So they were probably scared, to be honest. But you probably picked up on an energy of something that happened to them, you know, a long time ago that they've been trying to keep a secret. So all of these people are keeping secrets, and here you are inspiring and motivating people, enlightening people about secrets. Now everybody wants to latch on to you because you're, whatever you do, whoever you are, Libra, is getting all over the world. And people are like, oh my God, I want to align myself with Libra. Like, okay, I had no idea all these people stabbed you in the back, and that's what's going to be exposed. Exactly the people who stabbed you in the back and who used this person here that may need a, to be honest with you, they may need a emotional support dog after all the stuff that was said and done about you. They was probably shocked just hearing all these lies and stuff about you. And it may cause, almost had them cause them to have a nervous breakdown. So you're growing your abundance and your prosperity, but something has ended. Something was fated to happen. You were fated to become a star, and I'm not talking about celebrities. Y'all know I don't idolize human beings, but in my readings, I take it all the way down to the darkest of dark. So if you're new to my channel, welcome. If it's triggering for you in some way, shape, form, or fashion, and you feel like you need to log off or turn to another, please do so. Protect your mental and your physical health. If you want to stay a little longer, we're going to bring it back up to a higher frequency so we can close out the reading and close out a cycle. But yeah, some energies you would have had their back in court no matter what, right? You're not lying for anybody. You're not perjuring yourself for somebody, but you would have been there if they needed some help and go to court or whatever. They chose not to do something, you know, contact you. They know that you would have been right there, not judging them. And I'm saying this right here because this connects us with the judgment card, or you would have fought for them in the spirit realm. You would have prayed for them. You would have been right there by their side to help them. This is an energy, like I said before, they got involved in something very unhealthy and wounded. They went straight to whoever abused them. And everybody said, let's keep all of this a secret. Let's keep it all a secret. Let's just keep it all in the family. Let's keep it a secret, right? And here you are with a platform, whoever you are, could have helped them and could have put all of this stuff on blast. Not giving names, but you could have brought light to something that could have really helped a lot of people to close out cycles in love. But what did they go back to? They went right back to abuser, the very same energy that abused them. So here we go. Here's your energy, current energy, justice card, right? So your card appears, spirit confirms balance and truth are your focus, and alignment through integrity restores your peace and power this week, right? This week, right? And again, the reason why you're not judging anybody is because they had to have a tower moment in order for them. They literally had to have a tower moment for them to just really, really say, gosh, I'm now awakened. I'm really now awakened. Like, and a tower moment is not always a bad tower, but this is a challenge for you here. So a sudden change or revelation may shake your foundation. Spirit says this disruption is divine intervention, clearing what no longer serves you. Somebody went back to somebody who abused them, and like I said before, it could be, who knows who it is. Somebody, you could be a sun in a Libra, somebody could be a moon in Libra, whatever a situation is, but somebody went right back to something that was like traumatic possibly for them. And a lot of people have gone through trauma where they don't look like what they've been through, right? So some kind of astral projection was going on here. Some kind of astral projection was going on here. You're an air sign, so you may have been wondering, why am I having certain thoughts? Why is this happening and that's happening? And somebody could have gone back to something maybe in search of what trauma may have happened. Because remember, we're starting at the 6 of Cups here, right? It's not starting at the Ace of Cups. So somebody may not even know the beginning of something. Somebody may just be going off a 6, right? Just having a 6th sense about something, but they may not have a clue as to what's going on. And that's where you're extending grace. That's where you're extending grace. Somebody may not even know what the heck is going on. But these energies here, you could be a person who don't know what the heck was going on. You could have been literally processing a death for real. And this right here is tricky. I know for me, and maybe this will help somebody. For me, if loved ones die, like in a physical sense, what helps me is to go volunteer. So like if a person died of cancer, for instance, then I would go volunteer because I want to know everything I can learn about if they have free class. A lot of these organizations have free classes. They have people there that can help you to understand like the processes and all of that kind of stuff. If it's somebody with diabetes, you want to go maybe volunteer with some kind of diabetes organization. If it was HIV or AIDS, you may want to go volunteer with those organizations. But not everybody has they're still trying to process a physical death. So their mind might not go to, let me go volunteer. That's just how I'm wired. Like I want to go find out, okay, how can I help? That's part of a healing process. That would be a healing. Everybody has lost loved ones. That would be a part of a healing process. Like a go volunteer in these spaces. Like go serve, in other words, go serve in these spaces that could possibly help you. And some people, they're still processing, just processing. But something has come to light, and something is overwhelming. Something is overwhelming, right? So you got three energies here. And so someone absolutely stabbed you in the back that you had their back, unfortunately. And so for you, you could feel like your impulse may be to expose or hurt somebody. I would not suggest that. If you're a prayer warrior, you want to instantly go into prayer for clarity, because I'm not your guide. I'm just reading the cards, okay? So if anything, you want to pray for clarity. Okay, I want to pray for like, okay, what should I do? I need an exodus strategy out of something. So if I'm trying to close out a cycle and I'm trying to get to the rebirth side, I may have to just cut somebody off altogether. When I go back through my mind and start remembering how long you've been carrying people on your back, your body may be even telling you. So if you're having, for example, let me tell you. So if you're having, let's say for instance, you're having, your calf is hurting, your ankle is hurting, your shin is bothering, your Achilles is bothering. It could be an Aquarius, but it would be your zodiac sign in your 7th house. Let's say, for instance, your backbone, your joints, your knees, your skin, your hair is bothering you. It could be a Capricorn. Let's say your feet, your toes, your pineal gland, that's your third eye, which this is awakening oil here, Ra, right, is bothering you in some kind of a way, shape, form, or fashion. It could be a Pisces. Let's say, for instance, your head is bothering, your teeth, your tongue, your arteries could be bothering you. Again, you can download this information online for free, okay? These are moon phases and how it can affect various parts of your body. You're getting all these signs through your body and may not know, okay, well, why is my head hurting? Why is my shin hurting? Why are my Achilles bothering me? Why does my knees ache? Why is my back hurting? Those are all signs. Somebody's getting ready to start gaining clarity through journaling, not being impulsive. Okay, you're starting to journal because your gifts, your spiritual gifts are growing as your abundance and your prosperity are growing. So a lot of people are thinking that they're gonna get the old you, they're gonna just jump on your back like you see biscuit. That's not gonna happen this time. You are reborn. You have been reborn. And so you took a gamble on something, right? Let's say you moved to Spain, right? You took a gamble and believed in a dream that you had. Let's say you just moved to Spain. You said, okay, you know what? It's not impulsive. I've been praying about it. Source says it's go time. Some other energies could have thought you were being impulsive, but no. You've been praying and praying and praying. Matter of fact, what I'm picking up on here is that somebody has been praying since they were a kid. So let's say you were sitting at the dinner table with your family and you said to your family, hey, look, because everybody now is having a total recall of you saying something a long time ago. That's why they're getting their karma right now, because that's why they're having a tower moment, because as you're having a total recall, so are they. We have a full moon coming up, a corn moon coming up on the 7th We're in full moon phase, so put your gemstones and crystals and all those things out. Everything you would do it for full moon, you can do it right now. We're like rule of thumb, 3 days prior, 3 days after full moon. But people thought so much you were being impulsive, like something mentally was wrong with you, when you've been praying about something since you were a kid. So it's not impulsive. You had to get your money together. You had to get this together. You had to get that together. And sometimes when loved ones die, that's all for you. You're like, okay, you look around, you're like, okay, well, that's it. That's your cue to go ahead and move. Take some kind of action. It's impulsive to some people, but it's not impulsive to you, right? And so people have everything under the sun for what they want to believe. Oh, you're too old to live out your dreams. Your body doesn't look a certain way. You're not in your right mind. We heard this, we heard that. You know, you could have made it. Let's say you could have found your husband or wife in the United States. Why'd you have to move to Spain? People got every kind of excuse under the sun for why they did what they did to you in court. You're about to cut them off permanently. You're about to cut them off. They're telling you they had your back, they had this, and didn't open up their mouth and say a word to you. And again, you're not judging them, you're enforcing a boundary. Find out what your zodiac sign is in your, this is somebody is a complete control freak. That's what this is. You're dealing with a control freak. Somebody who really feels like they have complete control over all of you in court. Like you some mentally unstable energy, like you made some kind of impulsive move. But here's the thing. Here's why you know that what they did was impulsive and the people that they're around is impulsive, because a fortune, people were standing to make a fortune off of you. Yeah, people were standing to make a fortune. Y'all know during COVID how many people relocated during COVID? Y'all know how many people lost loved ones during COVID, and that's where people had an awakening when they had to work from home. Y'all know how many people had awakenings during COVID. Like something woke everybody up. Like, okay, wow, you know what? If you work for the government, you may have been told, okay, you're going to work from home for 2-3 years. You may say, okay, you love working from home. You could have had an awakening when you worked from home and went, hey, you know what? Hey, not only are you healing and getting better, your credit score could have gone up. You could have saved some money. You could have felt like, okay, I don't need to spend a whole lot of money in gas. That's just an example. But some people decide they want to do something in court to challenge your sexual and your mental, your physical and your mental history. Wrong, wrong, wrong. Impulsive. Because people were standing to make a fortune off of you. Did something, and now the situation is over. All because some energies wanted to end your star. I'm telling y'all, this is an X. This is an X. This right here is an X. If you have kids, it's probably somebody you had kids with. Whether it's a man or woman, it's probably somebody that you had kids with, wanting to end you, thinking that, okay, if they can't go, you ain't going either. Somebody who is completely possessive, and someone who is jealous, and someone who is impulsive, has a mean streak to them. You a complete narcissist. A complete narcissist. So everything is done. Because look how gifted and talented you are. Your gifts are so talented, you're overwhelming people with your gifts and talents. And guess what? They thought they stopped you from getting to your, looking at the, they took a short ride with somebody and say, oh, we can make we can make a fortune off of this. But the person that they took a short ride with is the abuser, the person that they abused. That's why you can extend grace and mercy on somebody and just pray for them because everything is coming out. Everything that was done in the dark is now coming out in the light. Everything. But first, you had to allow. Source would not put more on you than you can stand. So in your dreams, you had downloads. You were getting some kind of dream like, okay, you don't want to believe that. You don't even want to believe that things could be that sick, right? You don't even want to believe certain things. But Source says, raise your frequency and pray for this energy, because now everything is coming out. Everything is coming out. Raise your free, because you wouldn't have been able to process. You wouldn't have been, your mind would have been still stuck in just processing mode. Whatever it is you had a dream about, you didn't know if it was an illusion, that your mind was going crazy, but something, source had to bring you back up to a higher frequency to let you know something that was done to somebody in the house. There's no way. Were they in a haunted house? Did somebody bless the house? Like, what the heck was going on, right? And so some people was looking at you like, okay, you must be crazy. You can't see this energy coming out the house a certain kind of way, but look at you trying to process something in your mind. So here we have this moon card here. This is the subconscious energy. Hidden emotions and dreams influence your energy, and spirit invites you to trust intuition over logic this week. Answers lie within. Answers lie within. You know what this is? This is because I'm looking at, which cards I'm looking at here. Okay, so the death card connects us with the judgment card, which is the outermost planet, right? Outermost generational planet, right? Somebody in that household doesn't look like what they've been through because their memory is blocked. That's what this is. Somebody's memory is completely blocked. They just completely black something out just so that they can survive, right? And with all of these like mental health services and all of this other stuff, whoever this is that went to court and all of this other stuff, a fortune had to be made off of something, right? And so that lets you right there, there's no compassion in the situation, right? Here you are being this is where you're compassionate. There's no compassion in the situation because all people were thinking about how they can make a fortune off of something. That's all they could care about. How they can make a fortune off of something. Okay, this person don't look like what they've been through. They must be mentally ill, right? Something must be mentally wrong with them. But maybe they didn't process what happened generationally in their own family, right? So all of this bullying and people not being able to process whatever's going on sexually, because that's what this is, sexually and mentally, and their whole family is crazy. They doing this and that and so on and so forth, but nobody's trying to get to the bottom of something. All people are looking at is exploiting people and making a fortune off of a family. And that's what's happening here. Until you came in as a balanced out energy after you did your own purging. This is why I take it all the way down to the lower frequency, because I don't know who is on a low frequency feeling like, okay, you know what, I can't talk because look at my family. Or somebody's going to be like, you know what, I've done the purging. I've done the purging myself. And so, yeah, I'm clear-headed. I've done the purging and I'm very, very clear, right? People just trying to make a fortune off of something, right? So if everybody, this is why I always talk about there's no competition when you answer the call on your life, because you're gonna feel very lucky. You're gonna feel like, okay, I rolled the dice on something, right? I took a gamble on something, right? To end something. You sent out a very strong message when you just stop something. Like when you say, okay, I'm not friends with this person anymore. I'm not talking to them anymore. I don't want to go around them anymore. Not because you're bitter and angry, because you're clear. Somebody is very clear that if you had a dream about something, whenever the dream happened, before you go back around certain people, you need clarity. Source, show me in a physical sense what I'm not seeing here. This is what I'm talking about when you're journaling stuff. You're saying, show me what I'm not seeing here. Am I going crazy? Why am I having a dream about this person, this person, this person, this person? So even if somebody astral projected, if you don't know how to protect your energy, astral projecting, you don't even know why, you feel like you was in a zombified state, you're asking source for clarity. Give me some clarity, something so clear that is unmistakable. Put the person right in my face in a dream. Because somebody felt like it was your job to carry them. Whoever you had kids with, they felt like it was your job to carry them. Like you gave birth to them. Like you filed, whatever. But somebody felt like it was your job to keep carrying them. And that's not how it works. They got to go back. If they want somebody to carry them, they have a parent, they have parents, right? So somebody really wanted you to carry them, after what they did. to end the relationship, and you may just now be waking up to something. You may be really, because I'm telling you, that's how people have a nervous breakdown and their minds break when they can't even process what kind of downloads or dreams or thoughts they could be had. You don't want to think the real, like, I don't want to think that about somebody. I don't even want my mind to go there, because that could have caused you to snap on them. And y'all know this is a non-violent channel. We're not talking about that. But so something coming on your, like, looking at your reading here, people have been trying to give you clues along the way. This person, that person, this person, that person, been trying to give you clues along the way, right? Telling you little things. This happened, that happened, like that this injustice was done, that injustice was done, this injustice. It could have come up in a video, whether it was this video, somebody else's video, whoever's video. You getting all these kind of downloads. You're like, okay, I don't know what to believe. So now everything is coming out. Everything is coming out. Everything is coming to light. All the secret, and it's going to be overwhelming when you hear it. It's going to be overwhelming, because that's when it's going to hit you how gifted and talented you were. Because you can be like, oh my God. That's why I talk about journaling so much, because you writing it down, you're going to go back through your journal entries. Like, I had this thought on this date, this date, this date, this date, this date. Somebody told somebody in order for them to be a star, they needed to do all of these things. And something is resulting in possibly somebody having something that they cannot get rid of. Take only what resonates with you. Take only what resonates with you. Justice card. Like I said before, here's a Tower card. This is a challenge here. Sudden change or revelation may shake your foundation. Spirit says disruption is divine intervention, clearing what no longer serves you. Basically, somebody could have told them, and so if you ask a loved one, hey, let's go get some blood tests, right? I'm seeing this right here on top of this Empress card. Let's go get some blood tests so we can go check out the bloodline, right? That person may told you, nah, you can go ahead and get tests. I don't want to get tested. I don't want to get tested, because everything will come out on the blood test, right? But somebody was behind this. You had two Taurus that were behind this. Because somebody felt like they could make a fortune off of something. By ending you. By ending you. And if it has something to do with a Taurus, then it would affect your throat chakra, your thyroid, your throat chakra, that area there, right? Your neck, your vocal cord, your throat, your thyroid gland. So you could be a person who's a singer. You could be do a public speaking, whatever. So something having to do with somebody writing something down, a pen, a needle, something that would have caused some kind of ending, would have caused some kind of ending to your star, and something, everything is coming out in court, and people was trying their hardest not for it to come out in court, but it's already been rolling. That's why I spent so much time studying how to read cards, how to take it all the way down to answering a call on my life. I'm taking it all the way down to the darkest of dark, right? If this does not apply to you, it doesn't apply to you. Only take what resonates. Somebody use a pen or a needle or something to end your star. And if it was a Taurus, it would affect your throat, your thyroids. Your thyroids or your throat gland or something. Somehow something happened. Right? Or, you know, like I said, Capricorn, it could be, you could be feeling something in your knees, your joints, your back, but somebody needed somebody very close to you that would have lived in the house with you to try to end your star. You have a real dark copycat energy connected to you. Somebody was so jealous and so envious and so impulsive and so aggressive and so impatient with their star shining bright, whatever they were called to do. They were so impatient that they would rather end your star. I mean, let me drive the point home, because somebody's maybe still not getting it. They would rather end your star, and if you have kids, they would rather end you and your kids' star if you weren't going to carry them on their back by any means necessary. They need to be sitting under a prison, okay? Let's be crystal clear. They need to be sitting under a prison. Forget jail. They need to be sitting under a prison. They need, well, I'm just going to say something else, but anyway, let's keep it here. Yeah. So the Sun card here. So you're seeking clarity, warmth, and truth. And Spirit says illumination is coming. Allow joy to replace fear and reveal your next step. So something has already come to light. Something has already come to light. It's so overwhelming. I'm telling you, this is the subconscious energy. Hidden emotions and dreams influence your energy, and Spirit invites you to trust intuition over logic this week. And so answers lie within, right? Something about your star exposed a whole lot of stuff. It exposed a lot of stuff. It doesn't matter. Whatever your zodiac sign is in your 7th house, it exposed a lot of stuff about a loved one who wanted to be a star and the things that they had to do sexually in order to become a star that could have ended not only them, right, but ended a whole lot of people. And you shined a light on something. But when it came to you, you put an end to something. Whatever you said or did or put out in the universe or whatever, it put an end to something. So that's what makes justice in your favor, okay? Because this person needs to be under a prison. Forget that. I can't say it no clearer than this, for real. They need to be under one, or whatever else. So this Wheel of Fortune here is like fate turns in your favor. Spirit shows divine timing unfolding. Trust the cycle, for destiny is aligning with your higher path. In other words, somebody knew exactly what they were doing. They knew exactly what they were doing. They can claim they was on drugs, they was drinking, they needed a spiritual claim, whatever. They knew exactly what they were doing. So, Death card. Transformation may feel uncomfortable, but Spirit reminds you endings bring freedom. Rebirth follows release and allows the shift. In other words, somebody felt like you and somebody else, your child, would be better off. They could make a fortune off of your death versus you being alive. Here's the Star card. So healing and renewal shine ahead. Spirit confirms divine guidance, faith, and inspiration returning to light your journey forward. So if you ask a loved one if they want to go get blood tests just because you want to like confirm, maybe ancestral DNA or whatever the case may be, and they kind of like, no, in almost a passive way because something happened to them. Again, take only what resonates with you that could have ended them and ended you, right? You could go to go get your blood test and be just fine, but they may not have been fine, and that was intentional for somebody to do that because some energies were so jealous and envious, vain, vengeful, and green with envy, that they decided to try to basically end your bloodline. And when I say you're not going to have any mercy on them, none. Absolutely none. You're not Jesus the Christ. You're not their savior. You're not their savior. You don't care who it is. You are not their savior. Everything in moderation. They are not happy without you. You're dealing with some very evil spirits. There's no psychological name for it. They just pure evil. You made a positive impact on them. Love up on yourselves more. And this is somebody's ex having to do with this. Don't care. I'm telling y'all, somebody's ex never really wanted to have kids anyway, right? So, but if they can because everything was a transaction for them. And I know that because of this Wheel of Fortune here, somebody felt like they lucked up with you because here you are, you got all these gifts and talents, and you pass your gifts and talents on to your kids, whether you're a man or woman. And somebody figured, okay, well, hey, I never wanted them anyway. They would go have another baby with somebody else like nothing ever even happened. Because all they see is money. That's it. That's all they see. So it's time for you to dream even bigger. I'm telling y'all, they're not going to leave this planet without their karma. I can tell you that. So you are who they prayed for. You who they prayed for, because you're not playing. So if somebody has a secret crush on you, you are not playing. When I tell y'all they met their match, that's an understatement. You're going to bring a whole tower down. So they're planning to disrupt your money, backfire. You're bringing a whole tower down, and you're not looking back. So Angel Raphael, the angel and the healer and protector of travelers, is with you. Somebody had a first impression of you that you would be passive when it came to some stuff. Wrong one. So she apologizes for betraying you. Apology accepted, access denied. It's time to expand your brand. So speak something into existence. This is pure hate, for real. Like the best is yet to come. This is pure hate. This is the Cain and Abel jealousy mess, for real. Like if y'all believe in Bible stories, like somebody is so jealous of somebody's gifts and talents or their offerings or whatever the case may be, they would rather see them dead than even check into what their calling is in life. So it's not something that's not as deep as you think. That's what these energies don't want you to think. They don't want you to think it's that deep. But what's really not that deep is you trailing it back, you tracing it back. That's what's not that deep. All you have to do is go back through your memories. You may have had a dream about the person. You don't have to go back that far. Who has access to needles? Who has access to mental health records? There it is right there. Boom. There's your answer right there. Who has access to needles? Who has access to mental health records? They're in the medical field. There you go. But they're going to bring a whole tower down on every single person involved because that is going to be the deal that they're going to make legally. So they don't get the death penalty. So make room for a new blessing. That's going to be the deal that they make so they don't get the death penalty. Somebody has lost all their marbles, for real. But they met the right one. And they met the right one. So here's career. So you have a new career in front of you that's growing. Somebody's career is over. Their career is over. It's dead. Right? Yep. Justice in your favor. Double justice in your favor and someone else's favor. And you inspire a whole lot of people to believe in their dreams again. A whole lot of people to believe in their dreams again. So here we have animals. You're a lone wolf. Yeah. You catch wind of something, you about to shine a light on everybody's demons. That's right. Everybody can get it. Everybody. Once you look at your own demons and you put your demons under submission, everybody can get it from that point. A Capricorn is involved in something. That's the mirror. The devil card looks at your own demons and then it turns it back around to everybody else. These energies about to go through a Job situation like never before. I'm telling you, it's going to be 7 years of something happen or more as far as they're concerned. They so money hungry. Whoever these energies are, they so freaking money hungry. They feel like they could make a fortune. You better off dead than alive. You and somebody else. They grieving now. As they should be, because it's all gas and no brakes. For real. You're not playing. All of them can get it. Every last one of them can get it. And you are not being impulsive, but they can get it. You're very structured and very authoritative and very organized, so they can all get it. Yeah. They wanted to see the shadow side of you. There it is. They thought you were going to come in, guns blazing, cussing people out, going off so they could justify ending you. But that's not, like I'm telling y'all, this channel is non-violent. I do not promote violence on this channel at all because a lot of people are prayer warriors. When you sit down for a minute and say, okay, I'm going to be patient. Let me think about this. I had a dream about something. I don't want to believe it's something could have made you sick to your stomach. I don't want to believe that somebody would do this to somebody for fame. Yes, they would. Yes, they would. Because you were born a star. That's what I'm saying here. You were born a star. But something, you're on the rebirth side. Like, so something for you is you could be new to what the stories about the gifts and talents in the Bible. And this is not Bible study. I'm not teaching this, but the story of the gifts and talents. You could have several gifts and talents, right? Somebody could have felt like that was the only thing they could do. So they put all their hopes and dreams in something. And somebody says, okay, well, who's the one who would be standing in the way? You, Libra. You would be the person that would be standing in their way. So if we can eliminate you, Libra, we can get to them, right, and make a fortune off of both of you all. Kill two birds with one stone. Except whatever they thought was going to happen to you didn't happen. because you're covered by source. Source is protecting you because you answered the call on your life and you was born a star. So you ain't showing them no mercy, none. I'm trying to keep trying to tell people all of this love and light, all of that. Listen, you had to go through the darkness in order to even get to light. Everybody's born into darkness, right? So you already came through a dark space. You are not their savior. You are not their, you're not carrying anybody on your back. Their emotions, I didn't know this, and I thought this, and you moved to Spain, and we wasn't sure we were ever going to see you again. Blah, blah. It sounds like Charlie Brown's teacher to you. You do not care. They screwed themselves. They played themselves. You ain't playing. Your gifts are overwhelming. You are not playing. And whoever has a secret crush on you, they can keep the secret. For real. That's the energy you on. You ain't no more secrets. You ain't playing games with people. So whoever apologizing, they can apologize, but access is totally denied. They grieving now. I'm telling y'all, they grieving. They somewhere sitting down like, oh my God, I don't know what got over me. The devil took over me. It was greed for money. That's what took over them. But they don't have time to think about it. Because if you don't get death penalty, if you don't get the death penalty, you want them to have enough time to stay and think about it. Because you was born a star, and stars recognize stars. Stars ain't gonna, if you know you're a star, you ain't gonna be just doing anything to become famous. You like, okay, whatever. Go ahead and keep your fortune. You good, because that's not who you serve. You don't serve money. It's not in money you trust. It's in source that you trust, right? Isn't that what it says on the money, right? So some people really thought that you had made some kind of impulsive move, and usually it happens after someone dies, right? Maybe a death of a marriage, a death of a loved one, a death of friendships, and some people just went right straight to court, like crazy people, for real. Like they didn't lost their mind. They went straight to court. They're gonna regret that. That's what I have for you. Hopefully this is helpful. I'll see you all in the next video. Like I said, put your gemstones and crystals out. This is a great time for you all to, like I said, this is going to call for a week of balance, truth, and renewal. And so trust the changes. They are realigning you with a higher destiny through surrender, clarity, and self-love. And you are restoring divine harmony within and around you. So you don't worry about what people believe. Forget what other people believe and don't believe about whatever. Forget all of that. So it's just saying something has come to light. Something has come to light. And so now it's time for you to wake up. It's time for you to wake up, because some people are really grieving right now. Like, oh my God, they done brought out a dark side of you. That's what they've been asking for. That's what they prayed for. There it is. So, okay. So you could have a career. You inspire some people to go into law. If they have been thinking about going to law school, you inspired them. They might not be your wish or hope, even though you're Libra, the Justice card. But you inspire some people to really, really, hey, they know some stuff because they know something about secret societies. They know what went on. They know they were somewhere where you were having dreams and downloads about. They were actually physically there. And so you may have inspired somebody to go into a career in the legal field in some way, shape, form, or fashion, because it caused them to grieve. Just how overwhelming your gifts are. They may have felt like, oh, you know what? I'm too old. I can't go into the legal field. I can't, I'm not, I'm over in my next career. I can't. But something about your gifts being so overwhelming, whoever you are, inspires some people to say, yeah, I guess I can. I guess I can. So you're making room for a new blessing, making room for a whole new blessing in your life. So congratulations. See you in the next video. Bye.